Do not adjust your live feed. We are back with another Geek Culture Congress podcast live, ladies and gentlemen, on your favorite streaming platform, wherever that may be, Facebook, YouTube, or on Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel, on the Twitch, the interwebs, Facebook pages, group pages, all kinds of pages with my good friend, Mr. Tarek Lewis, actor and comedian, writer, life coach extraordinaire. So,
Life coach.
How you doing, sir?
I'm doing good. I'm proud to say that we are more popular than Ezra Miller.
Man, you know, I want
to. We're safe.
yeah. Hold on to me. I had a return there of audio there, and I didn't want that. Yeah, we're safe for now, you know, until you know, the cancel machine comes for us. You know what I mean?
I think I'm good, man.
Yeah,
the bar's been raised high.
Just put up a decent movie, and everything will be okay.
Yeah, my little bullshit ain't got nothing. These other guys.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another edition of Geek Culture Congress podcast. We talk everything nerd and geek here, ladies and gentlemen, and breaking news and all that good stuff. Thank you so much for joining us here on the live feed. If you're listening to the audio version of this podcast, thank you so much for your support, making us grow exponentially on the podcast audio version of this. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that, man. Tarek Lewis for his review of The Flash, the latest entry from our friends at Warner Brothers DC. Yeah, it's got good plays, man. People want to know what you thought about it, brother.
That's good.
Yeah.
You know, I had some thoughts. You know, I got something to say out here in these streets.
Yeah. So, ladies and gentlemen, we're gonna get into spoiler territory for The Flash, but I guess before we do that, we could talk a little bit of breaking news. And we could react to the new trailer that dropped for Kraven the Hunter. Yeah, our friends at Sony dropping more Spider-Man villain movies. Yeah, trying to build their universe up. Huh?
Sony has a bit of a opportunity here.
Yeah.
Because we don't know where DC's headed. Sony could hop in and be, hey, can we be second best for a little while? Who knows? If you give them credit for the Spider-Man movies, but you have to give them credit for Spider-Verse, the Across the Spider-Verse.
Yes, you have to give them some applause. Yes.
Yeah. So very good. Sony's got an opportunity to step in there and be like, okay, we're second fiddle here. I don't know what other properties they still own.
Yeah, I don't. I like the trailer. The trailer was very interesting, right?
I like the trailer.
Yeah, got good action, right?
I've been a fan. What's his Aaron Taylor Johnson? I've been a fan of his since Kick-Ass.
Yeah, Ben. Good action. You know, the fighting was good. The violence was good. It was everything that whole trailer has been watched before, and it was leaked in CinemaCon months ago. But finally watching it, you know, makes you say, "Oh wow, okay, I see what they were talking about." You know, the viciousness was there, definitely.
Yeah,
different when you read it.
That looks like it's probably going to be R-rated, or is that going to be like heavy PG-13? What's that going to be?
Oh, that's going to be R-rated, man.
Yeah,
I mean, all right. I don't know. I don't see it not being R-rated. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I really think it's going to be our hard R for that one. But you know, and maybe that's what they're trying to go with, trying to be a little edgy, maybe. And they're that Spider-Man villain, you know.
Yeah.
But then again, it makes me say, okay, why don't we do this for Venom? Let there be carnage, you know, when we could have had, you know.
Oh, they definitely
killing some people, some blood and guts, you know.
Yeah, they definitely Antonio Brown let there be carnage. They fumbled that.
So you think this could be like a 360? You know, like, okay, we need to turn it up. You know what I
mean? I think it's still going uphill.
Okay.
I think they're still going uphill. You know what I mean?
Well, they got to win with the Spider-Verse, Across the Spider-Verse, definitely. I mean,
yeah, I think I would say in the minds of most fans and consumers, animated films are viewed separately than live action ones.
Right.
You know, I would say that's probably, at least for me, that's the case. Like, I don't view DC animated and Marvel animated the same as I view Marvel live action and DC live action.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah.
There's actual cool DC animated Justice League movie coming. I think it's Warworld. Is that what it's called?
Yeah, they're doing War
Yeah,
World.
yeah, yeah,
This is up my alley. This is Mongo
yeah.
and Mongol and you know, I like when they brainwash Superman. You know, I'm
Right.
here for War World.
I'm looking forward to that. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I like a very savage Wonder Woman. I like a murder. It tells you like what my dating life is like. I like a murderous, a very murderous, vengeful, damn near psychotic Wonder Woman.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, I'm into that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
That's good. That's good. So you enjoyed the Snyder cut of Justice League. She's a little bit more, willing to cut somebody's head off. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
man.
feel like,
Yeah.
more soldier like. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
She reminded me of the Greeks from Tarpon Springs down here in Florida. Those the aggressive Florida Greeks. It's very territorial. You fuck around at the sponge docks and you end up getting into some beefs,
Yeah. Could be a problem.
Yeah.
I thought I had laughter here. I'm disappointed.
A lot of my homeboys said they're not familiar with the character, which made me doubt those friendships. Because I'm like, yo,
that's like, how do you say you're a Spider-Man fan, bro?
Yo, the Spider-Man animated series. How did you not know?
Yeah, bro.
About Kraven the Hunter. And I remember one of my first Spider-Man comic books.
Mm-hmm.
I think I got it. Like, remember the book fairs back in the day?
Yeah.
I think I bought a book and I got a free Spider-Man comic with it. Okay. And in that comic, he was fighting Kraven the Hunter.
Okay, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I always thought the character was cool.
I mean, was Spider-Man no more? And he buried Spider-Man alive. I mean, that's a classic comic book run right there from the.
Yeah, he's almost like Spider-Man's Bane.
Yeah, it is very similar. Very similar background story to the Bane and Batman and Kraven the Hunter and Spider-Man. I mean, he wants to be a hero. He wants to be a hero loved like Spider-Man was, and that's what made the obsession. Yeah. It became more than just capturing him. It became more trying to be. It speaks
to America's need to demonize foreigners, and that's what I like most about it.
That too. Let's see what else is on the agenda for today. Before we get into spoiler territory, I don't want to scare all the spoiler people who don't want to get spoiled from the Flash. So
they have announced the cast for they've shown most of the cast for both Mortal Kombat, the Mortal Kombat film sequel, and for Avatar: The Last Airbender.
Okay. You got some names there, or
I don't know who the fuck these people are in this Avatar: The Last Airbender, and that's good because as a man, as an older man, I should know who these teenage actors are. So it's good that I'm not following these damn kids. But they have announced that cast. I think that's going to be a highly anticipated one.
Okay.
Avatar.
You think so?
I think so.
I hope so. I hope it's just done well, man. I hope it's just done well.
Yeah, I think people are kind of like we're hoping it's going to be good. But if it's not, man, that franchise may just not need to do that anymore. But they do. I will say they are ethnically accurate.
I see. Well, that brings me to One Piece. I saw a image floating on the interwebs today of the actor going to be playing the main actor, the One Piece, the main character.
Luffy. Yeah,
Luffy. Yeah. So it's been getting some backlash. 50-50. Some people like it, some people don't.
Yeah. So. I was never able to get into One Piece because there's 7,492 episodes.
Yeah, no, I heard there's a lot. It's a little much. I'm trying to finish Naruto still.
Yeah, man, I can't get into it. Anytime once they say there's a fox demon, I'm like, I'm out, man. It's gonna take too long. I never finished Inuyasha, none of that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm
So
I'm
it's interesting that they're bringing these live action things to the forefront. I never watched, for instance, I didn't watch Death Note.
Okay, I watched
Um,
the
had a
original
live
anime.
action. I did not watch that one.
Yeah, I didn't watch the live action, but I watched the original anime.
Yeah, I watched the anime, but they had a live action.
Mhm.
I don't know how that went, and I remember, it's not Bleach. What is the other one? Not Trigun. Cowboy Bebop.
Oh yeah, Cowboy Bebop is an acquired taste with live
Yeah,
action.
yeah, they had a live action. So I would say those two weren't extremely successful, but yet they're
No?
still making more. So they must have seen some potential.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. I mean, we're gonna get live action everything. Gundam. There's a bunch of stuff they announced, but I'm really looking forward to the Avatar. I hope they do it well.
Oh yeah,
Yeah,
the
that's
Avatar
a
is
good
one of the
story.
best, in my opinion, one of the best animated series ever. Like it's up there to me. It's up there with X-Men and Batman and you know Snorks.
What, Smurfs didn't make your cut, bro. Come on, bro.
Nah, man. I already know what's gonna happen.
At least Snorf
I
had you
already
in
know what's gonna
suspense. They had
happen,
you in
and
suspense some episodes, huh? Okay.
yeah, the Snorks be like, okay, how long can they breathe?
All right,
Smurfs.
so
Already
another
knew.
show, a show on the MCU side of things that we're looking forward to, Secret Invasion, is looming on the
Yes.
horizon. Yeah. The reviews are coming in, my friend. The reviews are coming in for the first reviewers are beginning the first 2 episodes. And I think it's only a 6
Yeah.
episode series, miniseries.
Yeah.
So I'm a
See
little scared.
the way it's presented, it almost felt like
Yeah.
it might be, just a movie.
Or a really long movie. Because I think they're like each
Yeah.
episode was
But
almost like 50 minutes. Yeah, that's
yeah.
a lot. But it's a TV show, right? It's presented a different way.
Yeah, it's a TV show. Yeah.
So the
You know,
review, yeah.
the more I'm excited about it.
Okay. Well, I hope this doesn't upset you because the reviews are coming in. Right now, it's sitting at, for the first 2 episodes at least, it's sitting at a 69% on Rotten Tomatoes.
Mm.
IGN's giving it a 7 out of 10. Mind you, it's only 2 episodes. Okay. So it's a lukewarm reception. Sorry, it's sitting on a 66 now, average on the tomato, the Rotten Tomato. Here, let's read some. Let's get some quotes. Right. Let's see if I can find some quotes here. Where are you at? Oh, maybe they're still blocked. Oh no, here you go. Top critics. Okay, maybe they still have them blocked. Because it's not coming up. It's not giving me no quotes.
Mm.
So
Marvel shut that
Here's
shit down.
here's the critics' consensus. A well-deserved showcase for Samuel L. Jackson. Secret Invasion steadied itself after a somewhat slow start by taking the MCU in a darker, more mature direction. You think
Mm.
maybe that's why some of them are like, what is this? Why is this so dark and gloomy?
Yeah, there is a lot of people that don't feel like they want their comic book movies dark.
Yeah.
I am not one of those people because to this day, Logan is probably my
Mhm.
favorite comic book movie.
Right.
And
I
if
think
it's not Logan, it's probably Winter Soldier. So
Mhm.
that lets you know where I lean.
that was a big problem, in the beginning of was talking about DCEU, the presentation of a Man of Steel, and then going forward,
Yeah.
that Snyder style was a little dark,
Yeah.
and people were kind of like taken aback by it, and I think that's why originally people, kind of was like a similar thing, it was like half and half, 50% liked them, 50% didn't, because they were expecting something else, or they had expectations for something else, or goofy Batman,
Yeah. I personally don't like how the scrolls look. I don't like how the scrolls look. I didn't like how they looked in
you talk about in Secret Invasion,
Secret Invasion. I didn't like how they looked in Captain Marvel.
right?
I don't like how the scrolls look. Call me woke, or call me, call me militant. The motherfuckers aren't green enough. You come with these now later colored ass scrolls, these light green skin scrolls. I need green.
green.
Damn it.
Yeah,
I need Hulk green.
Yeah, I don't know. I know too not too hung up on that more than I just want a good story.
I do too, but the scrolls can't look like unripe kiwis, man. That's what they look like. They look like Walmart kiwi fruit. I'm not happy with that. I need them to look like some aliens.
It's all good, man. So yeah, let's see what are we gonna get the first 2 episodes? I sure hope so.
It
How
sounds
do
like
screeners get the first 2 episodes and we don't? It sucks.
Yeah, it sounds like we're probably gonna get the first 2.
You think so?
Yeah.
I don't know.
You know what another thing is, and it doesn't bother me too much, but Samuel L. Jackson without the eye patch, like Nick Fury without the eye patch, is an interesting choice.
So here's a quote. Samuel L. Jackson's best MCU work, critics say. Huh? There you go.
Okay. Because he was very good in Winter Soldier.
Yes. He was.
He was good in the Avengers. He was good in the Avengers also.
Yeah. That's the only quotes I can find right now. So
yeah.
We're gonna move
on.
Oh
yeah, that's a 2-day thing. Are you gonna stay up late to watch it, Speedy?
It drops today? No, it doesn't.
No, like it drops the 21st.
The 21st, yeah.
But are you gonna stay up late Tuesday night?
So, is it Tuesday night? So it'll be Wednesday. So
it'll be Wednesday morning, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. I got a lot of work to do because I'm going on vacation next week.
Okay.
So it might be a good excuse to stay up for it.
Yeah.
Yeah. I might do that. I might just do that. Do a little bit of work while I'm staying up waiting for Secret Invasion. Or I just might rest because I got a long week of gigs, man. Oh my God.
Oh, here we go. Showing off how much money you make.
Oh man. I might need a Myers cocktail after this weekend. I'll tell you that. It's like double bookings. Yeah. It's a little wild, bro. You even if you see it when you go check it out, tell me what you think. Look at the timeline. Tell me what you think. I might need to figure out how to clone myself. Go travel in the future. Figure out how to clone myself. Make this happen. I want to talk about the Flash now, ladies and gentlemen. So here's your spoiler warning. We're going into the Flash right now. Okay. So we're talking about the movie, about the cameos, about everything you will see when you see the movie. So this is your spoiler warning. And in 3, 2, 1, here we go. So when Henry Cavill comes out, he does come out. He comes out in a little digitized CGI form in the time vault. Is that what he called it? What did Flash call it? The Chrono Keeper, the Chrono Circle.
Yeah, I'm not sure what that was. Yeah, that was the one with the poor CGI.
Yeah. Well, so I agree with your review wholeheartedly.
Yeah,
but I gave Transformers Rise of the Beast a 7.5,
mm-hmm.
and I guess I gave it more out of nostalgia than and maybe hope for the future. But I really wanna give. I really don't think Flash deserves an 8.0 out of me. I want to give it an 8.0, but I know too much of like what it could have been.
Right.
You know what I mean? And what we got. So I want to give it a 7.5, and I'll kind of probably want to amend Transformers to a 6.5. Or 7. Yeah.
Oh,
yeah. It's just
Transformers, man.
Slightly above Transformers. I did like Transformers. I did, but it's not perfect.
No, but they played LL Cool J, Mama Gun Knock You Out.
They deserve. I don't know, but I don't feel comfortable giving them both a 7.5. I don't know, but and I do, in my heart, I do kind of want to give it like an 8.0 out of 10. You know what I mean?
The Flash or Transformers?
The Flash.
I understand where you're coming from, though. It's hard for me to give. I think Flash was actually a better film than the Transformers, but it didn't deliver everything that Transformers did.
Hey, there you go. Thank you very much. Yes. Yeah. That's exactly that. So they're going to be in this never-ending battle of rating in my head. And Across the Spider-Verse is going to be sitting on top of them. Like, what's wrong with you guys?
Yeah. Cross the Spider-Verse is definitely better.
Yeah, definitely.
Not markedly better, not like extremely better.
No, and I know. Well, guess we could talk about the box office. I guess apparently they're calling it a bomb. Yeah,
Yeah.
I think it only made 56 mil this weekend, opening weekend.
I'm gonna look that up. I think it was more than that.
I mean, because I saw it. When did I see it? I saw it Sunday.
Yeah.
My theater was actually kind of empty when I bought the tickets, and then it actually was pretty full when like I was looking around. I was like, okay, there's actually people here. I did see it like at 1 o'clock in the afternoon on Sunday.
No, you're right. It was 55 million, and they were expecting 75 to 85.
Wow. I mean, they still got 4th of July weekend. Still going to be in theaters another weekend, at least, or longer.
Yeah. I think people are waiting to see whether they should go see it. And I have been telling people, well, like, you probably do want to see it in a movie theater. I've been saying that for Flash. Like, you probably want to see it in the movie theater. And the young lady I went with to the screening was from jump, was like,
You didn't like it?
And her disposition did not change the entire film.
Really?
But I'm like, if you didn't like it in the first minute, then you already like, and she admitted, she was like, I don't like him as the Flash. And I have another homeboy who was saying, I like the CW Flash guy. Yeah. I don't know why he couldn't play it. So they're in a different DC's in a strange realm where they have live action shows. Right. And a lot of people are saying, how come they just can't put those people in their live action shows? And Ezra Miller is extremely problematic.
Yeah.
And from the black delegation, I will tell you, it's a lot of like, well, how come he gets his movie and we got all these questions on Jonathan Majors? So a lot of people are not going to see it or going to have negative opinions based off of things that happen outside of the film production.
It's a thing. I see where everyone's coming from. I know you were talking about the first part of the movie, the sequences and all that stuff. I didn't find much problem with that, other than the CGI. The CGI was just like, for the whole movie as well. I felt like the CGI was just like, okay, like, this is the quality of CGI we got. You know what I mean? Like, this took like 10 years to make.
Yeah. And the shit wasn't funny to me. Like, that opening scene with the baby, this shit wasn't funny.
The baby thing, I was okay. It was all right.
It was dumb. It was like, it was like you're trying too hard.
Yeah. That's true.
This motherfucker's gonna go eat a fucking candy bar.
Well, he needed calories.
Oh, come on. Like, you know how long it takes to I get he has a fast metabolism. Yeah. But the one candy bar he needed in order to go, it was just whack. You know, like, it's the thing they did great with Iron Man. Because Iron Man in the comics and on the cartoon, the reason he wasn't as big of a risk, because Iron Man in the cartoons, in the comic books, is not whack, but has these limitations where he runs out of power. And they eliminated the whole I'm running out of power thing a little bit in the Iron Man series. They kind of eliminated, like, oh, I got to keep charging and charging and charging. They made it more like, oh, the disease, or I got to, the disease is killing me, or so it's like when Spider-Man runs out of webs. There's a reason in the first Spider-Man with Tobey Maguire, they were like, let's take away the web shooters, because it's lame as fuck when Spider-Man runs out of webs.
That's true. That's the thing. Yeah.
So him running out of calories, that was whack. And then the way he put the babies on the shish kebab.
But that's the thing in the comic books too. Is the thing, is the calorie thing.
I understand that, but it was just the way they executed it.
Yeah.
I think they thought it was going to be funny and cute, and it was not. It was poorly executed. I don't think consumers.
I think that's good.
Want to see that.
A lot of things that were poorly executed in this movie, and a lot of things were actually good in this movie too.
Yes.
So that whole baby scene was cool. The Batfleck scene, I'm okay with the Batfleck scene. You could tell it was very CGI though. You could tell that whole scene was very CGI though. The whole battle scene, the bike and the chase and all that stuff. The plot of why he's chasing these bad guys, the random villains of the week plot, or the doomsday device that they don't even know they have yet.
Yeah. Wonder Woman's appearance, her cameo, was ended up being decent,
It
but
was
like
cool. And then the joke
it
that
was just so
followed
forced.
with the I kind of like the little you know the relationship thing with Wonder Woman and Batman. You know, or that they
Yeah,
did that from the
yeah, that was
Justice League animated show. They
yes,
kind of like kick it. They're a dating thing for a little while. You know,
yeah,
um,
yeah. The moment where the lasso of truth, whenever they were touching it, it was causing him.
mhm,
That was
yeah,
cool. That was cool. A good callback to when they had everything with
right.
Aquaman too.
So it was cool. It was interesting. But then from there, he's thinking about. Help me out if I'm wrong, Tarek.
I'm
But
sure you
yeah,
are.
I'm pretty sure I am. I only saw it once. I want to say that the plot to that he can go back into time. It was because he went too fast by accident, and then he found the chrono thing, right? Or was it a
Yeah,
flashback? He was remembering. He went back in time to go see his mother again, and the death. And after seeing, it's kind of like as a therapy thing.
yeah. He realized how fast because he did it before in the Justice
Hmm.
League film.
Yeah.
And he kind of realized that, like, oh, I can. I wonder how if I really, really, really went fast, like how far back I could go.
Right.
It was his father saying, "There's nothing you could have
Mhm,
done," you
mhm.
know.
Yeah, because he had a whole conversation because his trial's coming up and all that stuff. And a
Yeah,
lot of these plot points have been done in the Flash TV show. So if you've watched the Flash TV show many seasons, a lot of these beats of his background and his mother getting murdered and the father
yeah,
for getting prosecuted for a crime he didn't commit and all that stuff. So a lot of the same plot points. Him being a detective or a forensic scientist
yes, I
for the
like that.
police for Star or not well, not Star Labs per se, but for the actual police department. You
Yeah,
know.
it was very much like the Flashpoint
Mhm.
paradox
Yep.
animated.
Yep.
Yeah,
Um. So when he figures out how to, I mean, it's just amazing how crushed tomatoes can make so much of a mess. You know what I mean? It was literally just a can of tomatoes, right?
oh, okay,
You know what
yeah,
I mean? I
yeah,
mean that was all he did was move the can of tomatoes into motion, and to make some things not happen, and it's interesting how the DC's multiverse it works a little different than MCU kind of that way. Like any little thing makes like a major change, a major deviation, or just the way later on, Bruce Wayne's Batman kind of explains how their multiverse kind of works. Instead of uh, branches and it branching off, it's kind of like intersecting. You know what I mean?
yeah.
Yeah,
The
the
spaghetti,
spaghetti thing.
yeah, the
Yeah,
spaghetti
the spaghetti
explanation
explanation. Yeah.
was, and I don't, I'm no scientist, but I think that goes along with maybe it doesn't, but like the idea of string theory.
Hmm. That's right.
So,
And the DC is very known in the comic book world for the multiverse. So and how sensitive and how many multiplications of different worlds and different people there are and stuff like that. So
yeah,
it's a thing. It's like it's part of their lore. It's part of DC's lore in the comic book world.
yeah. I mean, what is it? One of their biggest stories is has to be Crisis
Oh
on
yeah, yeah.
Infinite
I mean,
Earths,
yeah, it
right?
was literally them killing off universes and characters and trying to make one cohesive universe. You know.
Yeah,
Yeah. So the crushed tomatoes, right? Figures it out. The crushed tomatoes. Then he go when as soon as I saw the bad Flash or the evil Flash, I was like, okay, his
yeah.
a version of him that's bad. You know what I mean? Because
Oh, you did.
we've seen
Okay,
that already.
I was thinking we might get a Zoom or a Thawne or
I was
something.
kind of hoping now. I was like, maybe it'll be a Thrawn, but I was like, you know what?
Yeah.
Because there's multiple berries in this movie. I was like, it's
Uh-huh.
probably him because then that's like the Savitar kind of. It was kind of like a Savitar kind of Dark Flash kind of like combination. The bad
Yeah.
guy. They didn't name him obviously, but it was like that. It was very similar. Um, it was cool. It let you guessing. Okay. And then when he gets hit into that particular universe for that he's going to be in for the rest of this movie. and he realizes that his mother's alive now, so it worked. His idea worked. The crushed tomato theory worked, but there's another version of him there that doesn't have powers.
Yeah.
But I question the I get it, because he's still kind of confused too as how everything works. He didn't have the conversation with Batman yet, but I don't understand why, the other than moving the plot along to have two Flashes, why was he in such a rush to give the other Barry Allen get him powers? Other than it was the date, he realized it was the same date.
Well, I think he was thinking that if he doesn't get the powers, then he can't go back.
That's weird because he has the powers. He had the power.
He did.
All he had to do was run back right now, run backwards now, and go back and fix them.
Yeah, but I guess he was thinking that my past would be altered.
So he was thinking linear.
Yeah, he was thinking linear.
Yeah.
Like, yo, if you don't get these powers, then I don't get the powers, and I can't.
Because he was
back.
younger. There you go. That's right. Because he was an 18-year-old version of Barry, or that our Barry, or the original Barry, is a little older.
Yeah.
Okay, so that makes sense. All right.
Yeah, so I think that was his logic, and that's why Batman had to explain to him, like, no, it doesn't work that way.
Right. And that's all cool too. Like when they figure out, okay, and they're trying to find the Justice League, and they're trying. Aquaman doesn't exist because the father never met the Atlantean queen.
Yeah.
And Cyborg's still playing football. He's fine. Didn't get no cyborg powers. Thank God. That's a ordeal that from that all that stuff that Cyborg went through. So I was kind of happy that there's a universe where he's just playing football.
Where he's okay, yeah. Where Josh Whedon's not bullying him.
Yeah. That's going to the highlight reel, Tarek. Highlight reel. Put some horns on there. All right. So and then they realize, okay, there's a Batman. Yeah, Batman. He's been on the news and whatever. He's in the history of people know Batman. He's like urban legend. And they're like, okay, so let's go find Batman. And he knows it's obviously Bruce Wayne, so he goes to Wayne Manor, or that universe's Wayne Manor. I liked all the throwbacks. Everything there. It was a good Michael Keaton homage to the original Batman. You going into Wayne Manor, you see all the same kind of imagery from the 1989 movie. The kitchen,
Michael Keaton did his thing.
He did. Yeah, he did.
And there was some concern in my part, at least, that like, oh, is he going to look old? Or it's going to be ridiculous. But Michael Keaton did his thing. I mean, he was supposed to be older, but he put in work. He put in work.
That whole the kitchen scene was fun, and then they have a little confrontation that was fun. The whole spaghetti thing was very interesting. Then from there, before that, and they realized they got to go get Batman is because Zod is invading, and then they remember all the plot things that happened when Zod invaded, and of course, the only person that was able to stop him was Superman. And then he realized that there's no Superman in that universe. So
and we get the flashback that he was going to try and intervene. Right. But he wasn't really in control of his powers and got there by the time he decided, it was already going crazy. He saved one person and was like, I'm out.
Mm-hmm. And he couldn't save some people. He was traumatized because he couldn't save everyone. You know what I mean?
Yeah. A very Spider-Man-ish moment. Like, if I would have just came earlier, you know?
So he goes to the ordeal looking for the Justice League. Doesn't find the same characters, but he knows that there's a Batman. Goes out for the Bruce Wayne universe. It's the Michael Keaton Batman. They have a discussion about the multiverse in the kitchen. He goes. Batman says he's not gonna help him. But he knows that there's a Batcave with technology down there and supercomputers that he can look for what he needs, and they go there to start turning on stuff, and we get a more homage to Michael Keaton's Batman, Tim Burton's Batman there. Yeah.
With the Batmobile, the original Batman. I don't know how old the listeners are, but that was a big deal back in the day.
Very big.
I mean, you could win the Batmobile. Like every year, every time a Batman movie came out, it was like, what's the Batmobile gonna look like this time?
Yeah, it's still a thing to this day. Because I remember people were talking about the Batmobile in the latest Batman. You know,
Yeah.
everyone wants to see the Batmobile. It's a thing. Then of course they're looking for Kal-El, and then they're looking for any UFOs that crashed or anything like that, and a certain time frame that Kal-El would have crashed to Earth, whatever. And I'm thinking to myself, how does he remember when the Superman crashed to Earth? You know what I mean? Did they have like a Justice League powwow and talked about their origin stories?
Yeah, I think I would. Well, remember they brought him back to life.
Yeah.
So Batman has probably done a lot of research in that world on Superman.
Oh yeah. Maybe.
And that's what they shared to when did this happen? You got to imagine. He's probably done interviews with Lois Lane at this point. In his life.
I guess. I don't know. It doesn't seem convenient. So they narrow down, or Michael Keaton's Batman helps them narrow it down to some to a black site in Russia, which is kind of like a throwback also to Russia's Superman. Little bit of
the Red Sun. Yeah.
But without more on a Flashpoint presentation, because they keep this Kryptonian in a underground, of course, with red sun rays, and keep her depowered and stuff like that. By doing that. So long story short, they break into the black site. They do some Batman and Flash stuff and break into the Russia black site. Take a little bat plane trip. So we get to see the bat plane once again.
Yes.
And they do that. They're in Russia right now, and they go down into the black site. They rescue the Kryptonian, and they realize it's a female Kryptonian. But they take her anyway, because she obviously needed help. She was there looking all bony and stuff from being not exposed to the sun, which is very also in Flashpoint. Kal-El's kept underground like that, and not.
Yes.
So that's another plot point from that original show that they used. Well, I recommend that if somebody was the Flashpoint animated one. Was it called Flashpoint?
It's called Flashpoint. Yeah. Flashpoint Paradox.
Yeah. So anybody wants to ever check that out, just see a different version of that Flash story, check out the Flashpoint Paradox animated DC.
Yeah, highly recommend it. Yeah,
it's got Ichabod Crane as the bad guy, and that one the Reverse Flash.
Eobard Thawne. That's Thawne. Yeah, you said
back. Wrong universe.
Little from Sleepy Hollow. I was like, wait a minute. At first, I thought it was Scarecrow. I was like, no, that's not even Scarecrow. Motherfucker throwing his head in Disney movies.
Wrong movie universe. Anyway, Thrawn or Dawn. How do you say his name again?
Thawne, Eobard Thawne. Yeah,
not Thrawn from Star Wars. Okay.
Yeah, right. Not Grand Admiral Thrawn. Eobard Thawne.
So they rescue her. Confrontation, of course, with the Russian units on top when they're trying to escape, but now they finally got her in the sunlight, and she's able to help them and get out of that sticky situation and escape. Then they have that powwow about who she actually is, and they realize that she's a Supergirl, Kara Zor-El, I think is the name.
Kryptonian, yeah.
And she's the cousin of Kal-El, and she was sent before him. But she revived to Earth. She got to Earth, and she unfortunately landed in Russia, in some of the United States. So that's what happened.
Yeah, and this storyline, we're jumping ahead a little bit, but just for continuity purposes, Kal-El's ship was intercepted.
Yes. So later on, long story short, they figure out how to get the original Barry his powers back with the bat kite.
Okay, so yeah, we have this is the place I have a big issue.
Go ahead, give it to us.
The baby shish kebab and the microwave and shit, I have an issue with that. And I have an issue with this. She just comes back and is like, I'll just take him up into the lightning. Now, granted, I had to reconcile this with myself, and I said, okay, he was the chemicals that were there when they tried it the first time, which happens in the Flashpoint Paradox animated. He tries it and he gets fried and it doesn't work. And he's like almost dying, and he looks at Batman. He's like, try it again. They did it a little different this time, where she takes him up and lets the lightning hit him.
Yeah, maybe he just needs a second charge.
Yeah. I was like, how did she show up and know to do that?
Oh, because she has X-ray vision, so she probably was watching everything that was happening and super hearing.
She does not have X-ray vision from thousands of miles away. Fuck out of here. There's no. She said no.
Kryptonians are way OP'd, bro.
No, she did not see all of that from thousands of miles away while she was on her own personal journey. She didn't see and listen to that, because at the end she flew away.
She could have.
Yeah, I don't think she was sitting around listening for them.
I don't know.
And then flew there and knew exactly. Oh, I just need to fly you into the lightning. She might have been
already flying there, and she was close already.
Yeah, that part is a problem.
It's gray. It's a gray area.
Yeah, and the experiment's not duplicated because the chemicals aren't around when he gets struck by the lightning. Again, I guess you can argue like he was already exposed to them because they tried it the first time. Because they tried it twice. But that was kind of bullshit. But it is what it is. I get it.
I think they did a lot of ways just to create a little drama.
You have to make it dramatic.
A little dramatic.
Yeah.
So they got the dream team together, or at least whatever this Justice League is going to be on this Earth. They got Supergirl, they got a Batman, they got two Flashes, and off they go to go stop Zod's invasion. He's having the same confrontation in the desert that he did in Man of Steel with the United States Army. But right now they going at it, and it's not going well for the United States Army right now. Yeah.
And this to me is the highlight.
Oh yeah. I mean, definitely.
This is the highlight. That entire battle scene, seeing all the Kryptonians fight. This entitled battle scene was Zod stole scenes. Zod. I think Michael Shannon is the actor.
He's like a classically trained actor, isn't he?
Oh yeah, Michael Shannon is a beast. Yeah. If go watch Boardwalk Empire. Okay. Michael Shannon murders in Boardwalk Empire. Nice. Yeah, and a lot of other things. I think he was in The Shape of Water also. But these battle scenes were amazing.
They were really good.
And this is the big highlight of the film. This is where it delivers what Transformers delivered,
right?
But only really in this moment.
That's true.
Michael Keaton is my favorite Batman, and I was like, yo, he's kicking ass as Batman.
Only thing is that they kind of technically lost. They never really.
Oh yeah, which I'm good with. I like the heroes to lose.
Yeah, they didn't really stop Zod both times. The first time they both got killed, Batman and Supergirl, and then they Flashes ran back into time to do a Justice League whoop-de-whoop.
Yeah. Which is, by the way, was always my issue with Man of Steel.
Yeah.
I was like, yo, he's never been in a fight. There's no fucking way he's beating those experienced warriors. And everybody's like, oh, well, they have, they're not used to their powers. I was like, nah. They did probably a better explanation of it in this film than they did in that one. That all the genetic material of all Kryptonians was in Superman.
Oh, I see. Yes, because there was a little backstory of what Zod was actually looking for, which was a genetic code, I guess.
Genetic code, and it was in the kid. They did a better job of like laying that out, or maybe it's just being reinforced this time to understand like why Superman was able to beat them, or that time because he has all their genetic codes. Right. But in this universe, she has it. But then she didn't get her ass whooped, but she got ganged up on.
She whooped ass, but then the end result was the same, her losing in her life, which is kind of disappointing. Man, I kind of really liked her character, and I liked her as an actress. She was very. It was even though it was very, not a lot of lines and very muted per se, but everything that she was in was very interesting. Yeah.
Yeah, I think she made Supergirl much more interesting than she's ever been.
I really liked her.
You kind of like saw the pain of like it's something that even Henry Cavill didn't quite get across. Right. You saw that because he was a baby coming to Earth, and in this one it was like, yo, I was a grown person, this is very much like, 10 Things I Hate About You. You snatched me out of my high school. Cara L probably had a boyfriend up in Krypton.
You never know.
Writing her letters.
Yeah. So they do the whoop-de-whoop. They die again. I guess Michael Keaton's Batman gets a good send-off death.
Well, he dies several times.
Yeah.
He dies several times.
Yeah.
And I got to say this. Some of the dopest live moments of Batman I've ever seen.
Okay.
Christian Bale's Batman was dope, but this is like the Batman from like Justice League.
Yeah.
Like when he's placing bombs, he's fighting the Kryptonian and placing different detonators and bombs on them.
Yeah.
I was like, that's the Batman we got from the cartoon. That was dope.
Yeah. He literally took out a Kryptonian by himself.
Yeah.
But he did not survive, unfortunately.
Did he survive
after that? So, alas. And I don't even know about that universe, huh? What about that universe? So if it's true that actual timeline exists, Zod wins in that world and turns that whole Earth to, you know what I mean? Even though, so after that scene, of course, he goes. Our Barry Allen goes into the time chronicle again with the other Barry Allen, and they have a back and forth about trying to keep fixing it, and I guess they really touch on again what was the actual theme of the movie, which was sometimes you just got to let it go, you know what I mean? Which is a line that the mother tells Barry in the beginning of the movie. Yeah. And he has to teach that to the other Barry.
I suppose that I don't know if that timeline gets erased completely because he never goes back to change anything, so therefore that timeline doesn't exist. Or I suppose that I would like to think that in that timeline, that Zod wins, and eventually Darkseid still comes to that planet looking for his shit, and now we got Zod versus Darkseid.
Okay, I like that. I like that take. That was a very creative take. I didn't even think about that.
It makes sense to me. It's like, well, at some point, Darkseid's still gonna go looking for.
I'll pay to see that movie.
Yeah. Lex Luthor might still make Doomsday.
Yeah, there you go. Well,
it stands to reason he would have the same issues with Zod that he has with Superman. Like, yo, you can't be the superpower being on our planet.
Maybe.
So
maybe. Let's see. So of course the back and forth, and then we get to see the Dark Flash, which is what I surmised would be the Dark Flash, with another version of Barry Allen, or that young version of Barry Allen who keeps trying to go back and forth and fix the battle, and because he keeps getting hit with all kinds of different Kryptonian weapons, that it keeps getting built on him.
Yes.
So I thought that was interesting too.
I like to see this. This is a part of the movie that I really like.
Okay.
I really like that young Barry was so inexperienced that he thought, I could just keep going back. I could just keep fixing it and fixing it and fixing it.
Right.
I like that a 19-year-old Barry Allen thinks I can make this right for everybody.
Mm-hmm. But the older Barry had to tell him, hey, you gotta let it go. Sometimes there is no solution. That was the line. There you go.
Yeah.
Sometimes there is no solution. So there you go. That is the theme of the movie. Sometimes there is no solution. Sometimes you will not get the Snyderverse, ladies and gentlemen.
But this motherfucker still did go and save his father.
Yeah, he did. And of course, got his father off with that. I guess by just moving again, crushed tomatoes.
Yeah.
Don't mess with the crushed tomatoes, ladies and gentlemen. That's the other theme of the movie. Okay.
And for a record, I don't know what's going on in her household. I don't know if they were Colombian or Puerto Rican or from Honduras or whatever, what they were cooking. I'll be damned. My mom brought home some canned crushed tomatoes.
I think Argentinian.
If you don't
get the director's Argentinian, and they had a version of the song called Pedro Navaja, which is a song sung by Ruben Blades. And
Okay, I never replaced the actor, right?
He's a famous salsa singer as well.
Okay.
From the 70s, the Fania days and stuff like that, disco days. So that's a very famous song that he wrote and performed and sung as well, but it was actually sung by another artist in the movie. But there's a line. Pretty much the song is about a gangster. I'll tell anybody who does not Hispanic. If you're Hispanic, you already know the story because it's a very famous salsa song, world-renowned salsa song. But if you're Anglo, then you wouldn't know. You wouldn't know this. So the song is about a gangster who captures a lady and thinks that she's going to be an easy mark for him to steal money from. He thinks she's like a woman of the night or something like that, and he pulls a gun on the wrong woman, or pulls a knife on the wrong woman, and this woman has a gun, and this woman is not, is about to smoke. So she kills him in the song, and later on, some drunks come by. Of course, the gangster thought he was the baddest gangster in town. That's what the song is saying. He's the best and the fastest and the slickest of robbing people and stuff like that. And literally, he just crossed paths with the wrong person. Instead of catching a fish, you caught a shark. That's what they say. The song says in Spanish.
Okay.
Yeah, one of the things. And then as Pedro Navaja is on the floor in the song, Ruben Blades sings that some drunks come up and say, oh, look at this, what I found: a gun, a knife, some money. And the line that Barry Allen says, la vida te da sorpresas, más sorpresas que te da la vida. And that's what the drunk says. So like, look, what surprises that life brings me, And that's the multiple stories that Ruben Blades is trying to sing in that song.
Okay.
And it was interesting. It was interesting, the choice of that song to come back to it at the end of the movie too. That was cool.
Ruben Blades is Panamanian. I'm looking him up, and I was like, man, I've seen Ruben Blades in a bunch of stuff. He's the same age as Samuel Jackson. Also,
he was in I think he was in some zombie movie. I think.
Well, he's in Fear of the Walking Dead for sure.
He's in Fear of the Walking Dead. There you go.
Yeah. He's definitely in Fear of the Walking Dead. He's been in a bunch of stuff. Way to take over Juneteenth, Speedy, with some Latino news. There's nobody black in this movie, so I can't even say shit. I just got to deal with it.
You're right.
It's just Cyborg getting sacked by a defensive tackle.
That's all we got.
Doesn't count as a proud Juneteenth moment.
That was the only black moment. Cyborg's not here.
Yeah, it was the only black moment in the film. I'm sure one of the cops were black.
Probably.
But that's neither here nor there. Yeah, no. I do know some people that were like, "Why does the mom have an accent?" I don't like. I was like, "Yo, y'all are bugging."
Yeah, she had an accent because she's Hispanic.
Yeah, I was like, "What's the problem with her?" And they were like, "Well, his last name is Allen." Yeah. I'm like, "Well, the father's name."
Yeah, exactly. In the comic book, it's not. He's not a mixed, or it's not explained that he's mixed or at all.
No, when they wrote comic books back in the day, though, everyone was blonde.
Yeah.
Only the aliens and the orphans have dark hair. So Bruce Wayne has dark hair. Clark Kent, Wonder Woman, they have dark hair. Anyone who ever had a parent, Barry Allen, Green Lantern, all the motherfuckers are blind. So
yeah, I just think
I like that twist. I like
insert something from his culture in there. He took advantage of that.
Yeah, it was a good. That was a nod to drop some diversity in there that wasn't forced me.
I liked it.
Yeah, I liked it. But yeah, I like this part of the movie. I can't say that I didn't see it coming, but I thought it was well executed. With the battle of like, hey, you can't be like this anymore. One of the big complaints I've always
throughout the whole movie.
So
I was iffy on all the CGI throughout the whole movie.
Oh, whenever he was in that little circle of time, I was like, this is some bullshit. Lawnmower Man, early 1997 CGI.
The window cameos, I got to call them. The universe window cameos we got.
Yeah, I was trying to catch. I'd have to go back and watch it. I was trying to catch.
We got a classic Flash, original Flash. I think he was the
Yeah,
one. He was either the actor from WB,
yeah,
the CW.
well, yeah, the CW one and the one from like the ABC
You're right.
Flash,
John
who also
John
appeared in the
Ships, I think
CW
is his
one.
name. John Ships something. I've heard his name now.
Yeah.
Yeah. I thought they used him, but then I was watching some other somebody explaining the spoilers or whatever, and they said it
Mhm.
was a different actor, and I was like, okay, I don't know, whatever. And it doesn't matter.
That guy appeared. He appeared on the CW one
Right, he did.
too.
He did.
But yeah, we got Jay Garrick. We got to see Jay Garrick.
We did.
Yeah, John Wesley Shipp.
Yeah, John Wesley Shipp. There you go.
I believed he was in this though.
I think maybe he was, or maybe I think that Flash kind of like formed into him. I think it was two different versions
Yeah.
of him, and I forget what the other actor was. But then of course, we got the Christopher Reeve and the original Supergirl.
That was cool.
We got the
That was cool.
Nicholas fucking Cage version.
Nicolas Cage. This is where the CGI started looking bad.
Yeah, I was like, why?
Well,
Why
those
did we
other
do this?
Supermans.
I was watching this and I was like, okay, I get it because it's also a homage to Tim Burton's Batman, and this was this was gonna be the Tim Burton Superman, the Nicolas Cage.
Yeah.
But I was just like, why? Other than it's a really deep cut for people who know that there was going to be a Nicolas Cage Superman, but I still was just like, why?
It did not make sense. It did not make sense.
Yeah, I was just like, okay. Of all the cameos they could have done, like you couldn't do a Henry Cavill one. It'd be like, okay, goodbye, Henry Cavill. Thank you so much for everything you've done.
Well, there's been a lot of articles. I don't know if you've seen this thing going around, and it's been on Facebook, so I can't say articles about how there were 3 different endings, and one of them involved Cavill and Gal Gadot.
Shout out to my friend Lo Vasquez. He says Michael Keaton killed it. Best Batman's hands down. Yeah, thank you, man. It was he was really good. I really enjoyed watching him again in the role.
So they had 3 different endings, and I can understand James Gunn saying, okay, we don't want people to think that we're going to go ahead with Cavill, and we're not.
No, I get
do
it.
That.
I get it. But really shut it down. Like, you know what I mean?
So the big thing to me is they should have shut down Ezra Miller.
Yeah.
As Flash. I agree. I guess you can't do it unless you have someone else casted already.
I don't know.
But
maybe
you should have shut him down. You should have made it very clear that this universe is over.
Yeah. Or they could have just wrote it off like they did with Batgirl. You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I mean, it was good. It was a good movie. It wasn't that it was a bad movie. You know?
It was a good movie. It wasn't trash.
Yeah, it wasn't trash
definitely.
At all. So I get why they were like, okay, we got to put this movie out. You know what I mean? But
yeah, it was probably the best DCEU movie. I know that the people like the Snyder cut, but that's a 4.5 hour movie.
That's true.
I may actually like the second Suicide Squad movie more than the Flash.
Okay. I didn't dislike the second Suicide Squad movie, but I have what do they call it? I didn't agree with some choices they made. There you go. But other than that, it was okay. It was a decent movie.
Yeah. Yeah, it's definitely one of their best movies.
Yeah.
I liked it better than Ant-Man Quantumania.
Yeah, well. I didn't dislike Ant-Man, but Ant-Man has his own set of problems as well.
If I'm gonna give this one a 7.5, I would give Ant-Man a 7.
Okay. All right. I'll take it.
It's not that big of a gap, but I definitely enjoyed The Flash more than Ant-Man.
Fair enough. Then of course we had the final scene. Well, that final scene is where apparently was altered because we were going to get a Ben Affleck or a Michael Keaton, Sasha Calle, Henry Cavill, Gal Gadot. We're going to get them all in that final scene, but the only thing we got was a throwback to another Bruce Wayne.
Yeah.
the bat nipples Bruce Wayne.
Yeah. And the story behind that is cool. Like, I guess they were like pondering like, how many cameos can we fit in here? And it came up like, can we get all the Batman? And Val Kilmer has his health issues and whatever's going on. And we already have Michael Keaton. Who else can we get? And let's just reach out to Clooney. And Clooney kind of looked at the script and was like, oh, I like this. And There he was.
Fair enough.
I thought that was a dope
For what
cameo.
they needed
I
him
thought
to
that was
do.
dope.
For
Hmm?
what they needed him to
Yeah.
do, it was like shit. He probably was like, I'll go do this, cut this check.
Yeah. Yeah. I thought that was cool. They said he came in for like 2 or 3
Yeah.
days, and that was it. Or 2 days, maybe 2 day shoot, and that was it.
2 days. It should have took like 60 minutes.
Shit. Be on set one day. You'll find
Yeah?
out.
Wow. So we got that. Then we got a final. Did you see the final cut scene after the credit scene?
Yeah, I'm trying to remember it. That's when he's meeting Aquaman and they're going to get
Yeah,
drinks.
and I don't understand the significance of it other than to just tell us that Aquaman's in this world.
Yeah, but didn't something happen at the very, very end?
No, other than he was just in the water and said that this is my home. In the water, the pool of water he fell in.
I could have sworn another universe or something opened up. I'm trying to remember.
No, I don't think so. I don't know about that. I have no idea about that.
Yeah, I don't understand that one. Like that didn't make sense to me.
Yeah, I'm on the fence with that one. I was just like, okay. And even my wife was like, "That's what we got, really?" You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, "Yeah, honey, that's it."
Yeah, it just didn't. It was almost like, Jason Momoa is a good looking guy. Let's show him.
That's funny. Oh,
I
man.
like the end credits. I like Jason Momoa's inclusion in Peacemaker more than his inclusion in the Flash.
I do as well. Yeah, that was really good. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I think that's it, man. Let's talk about everything. Unless there's something else I'm forgetting about, Tarek.
I don't, like I said, with the Mortal Kombat has been
yeah.
cast. Avatar: The Last Airbender has been cast. Rurouni Kenshin, a famous Japanimation, will be coming out with their own. I believe their own
Live action too.
live action.
Nice.
Yes. No details on that yet, as of yet, but I think that's going to be happening soon. Yeah.
All right.
I think we covered pretty much everything else.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's it for today's show. Mr. Tarek Lewis, let everyone know on the audio version of this podcast how they can follow you, sir. Please.
My name is Tarek on Instagram and also on YouTube,
All right.
if you will.
Of course, you can follow me at DJ Speedy JR, all the socials. Follow the YouTube channel, Speedy's Multiverse. I'll be doing scoops with Mr. Mikey Sutton there and giving us all inside info, everything that we love, Marvel, DC, Star Wars, and much, much more. And also we do the live Geek Culture Congress here on that Speedy's Multiverse YouTube channel. If you're watching this on anywhere else, well, thank you so much. If you so inclined to enjoy podcast audio version of this more than the live version, find the podcast. It's Geek Culture Congress Podcast. Anywhere you listen to podcasts, we're on all the major platforms. Just look us up, Geek Culture Congress Podcast. And thank you so much. If you are an avid listener of the audio version of this podcast, thank you so much for your support. Our numbers are growing exponentially. Thank you so much. We really appreciate you guys, and keep sharing and keep listening. And we're gonna keep doing these movie reviews and interviews with creators and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot that exclusive stuff is only on the audio version of this podcast, ladies and gentlemen. So if you like those the podcasts, follow the audio version, Geek Culture Congress Podcast. We'll have a good one, everybody. Next week there is no show. I am out. And then I think the third, I don't know. We want to come back for a Secret Invasion show.
I think we should touch on Secret Invasion, definitely.
Right. I think we can.
We owe Samuel L. Jackson that much, and you already took over Juneteenth with your Ruben Blades story, so we got to get Samuel L. Jackson. They're the same age, by the way.
We're gonna get him in then. July 3rd, we'll be back, ladies and gentlemen. Have a good one, everybody. Be safe. Stay nerdy, and we'll be back on the next episode of Geek Culture Congress Podcast. Have a good one, everybody. Peace.
Peace.
All right, brother.
Why is it?